Afraid to ask you this because I might have missed it, but you haven't worked in a while. Is that so?
Yeah, I don't think you missed. I don't think you missed anything. It's been a few years.
So how long's it been since you were before a camera?
Oh, well, I worked a little bit right before Twin Peaks for about a year off and on, but it was a good 13 years.
And you raised 2 daughters.
Yes.
Yeah. And now, Mom, you're back on the screen, and it's fun, I bet.
It's so much fun. I'm so fortunate to, to have a project like this. I would have never. It's like a dream come true.
Well, how nice to be able to get out and then jump back on again.
Yeah.
What's so great about it also is that the cast, I mean, I don't want to sound like every other actor, but the cast is really great. We're all
I
very
hear there's
tight.
terrible things go on. That's not what I hear, Dana.
Yeah. And they're talented, and I feel fortunate to work with them, and the writing is probably the best writing on television. And everything, the producers are great, and the directors that we had for the episode.
You know, Bobby Briggs, you could have knocked Laura off, you know.
Yeah, well...
You're the son of a repressive military father, and you're a high school senior with an explosive temper who does what he wants.
I think Shelley and Bobby got together, and I'm kidding.
Are you there, caller? Go ahead.
Yes, hi. I just wanted to say it's an incredible show. It's great to see Piper Laurie and Peggy Lipton again. And also that incredible television I've ever seen. The 5-minute dream sequence was just incredible. And I'm wondering what it's like to work with David Lynch.
Wow.
You enjoyed it.
Yeah, he's an amazing director. He's got a very special energy, and I think he loves actors. I hope so. I certainly felt when I worked with him that he did. And he loves his work.
Yes.
How far in advance do they give you your lines before you have to act? How much do you know about the plot?
Okay.
Do we find out this Wednesday night who killed Laura Palmer? You probably don't want to say.
Ask Mark when he comes out. Yeah. We had the scripts we get 2 every couple weeks when we were starting the series. I mean, and then on the last script we didn't get the last few pages, so no one really knows what's going on.
Yes.
So we wouldn't know.
When the murder is solved, who the killer is that going to be the end of the show?
Oh.
They hope not.
No.
Yeah.
Will it be on next year?
We hope so.
We hope so.
The decision to pick it up is apparently pending. You know, if you want me to bet, I bet that it will. Yes.
You said the pilot was filmed in Washington. Where do you film each episode?
In Los Angeles. Huh?
We have our own stage, far away from all the other studios.
Exactly like the places.
Incredible sets. I mean, all the series was all the sets from the series were copied from the sets we used in the pilot, and they shoot exterior stuff up there.
Yeah, I'd like to know how long is a working day for you guys?
How much what?
It varies. How long a working day?
Yeah.
You may have a 7 o'clock call, 6 o'clock. Depends on the scene you're in.
It depends on how many pages you're going to do that day and what the circumstances are.
Yes, I really like the show, but I find when I watch it, it makes me nervous. Do you get nervous, throughout your, do you get that undercurrent of how that feels when you're acting too?
I do.
You do? I don't really feel it. I just, kind of, I'm so caught up in making it as real as I can that I don't even think about the...
Are you there, caller? Hi.
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 I am so glad to see Peggy Lipton back on television. I'd like to ask her what has become of the other old Mod Squad members.
Old? Did you say old?
What happened? Yeah, they're not so old. They're not so old.
Clarence still works. He does films. Clarence Williams and Michael Cole. He also works, and they live in Los Angeles.
And they're happy.
They're happy.
And we won't worry about it. Yes, sir.
A lot of the time, there's a stigma for actors to work in television. Like, a lot of actors want to work in movies eventually. Now, Piper, I know you've been nominated for an Oscar. Do you think this show, which is directed by David Lynch, who's a famous director, is going to help take away the stigma from doing a TV series?
I think so. I thought of it as a very special project from the very start. I thought it would be very interesting to work with David Lynch, and it certainly has been.
It was like a 9-hour movie. that's split up on put on television.
It wasn't like your basic. I mean, even the look of the show isn't like a basic flat white light. You know, everything's got it's all painted. It's like kind of like art. If you know, if cinema is an art, then I think Twin Peaks is in that genre as well.
I do too. Are you there, caller? Hi.
Hi. I think the show is fantastic. I think the cast is very, very good. My question is that a lot of critics are saying that the audience is being fed way too much information too quickly, and it's hard to, you know, keep track of all the characters and what's happening. What do you feel about that?
Well, you know, I've talked to a lot of friends who watch the show all over the country. And they don't really care anymore. They're so fascinated just by the quality of the show and the sort of mystique. And also, I don't know what a sociologist would say, but it seems that people like watching it together and talking about it the next day. I think that's one of the attractions.
I think we are very much interested in a very well-constructed plot line that continues, as in Mystery and Love, and you have creeps in this script, you have nice people, you have leaders, you have frightened. And I think that somehow America Heartland wants to check into a familiar surrounding every week, and it certainly reflected itself in the success that your series is enjoying. In a moment we'll find out, maybe we'll be told whether or not this is going to be picked up as we continue our own efforts here. As you know, this is part of our job to find out who killed Laura Palmer. As Twin Peaks makes its way onto the front page, the split page, and the back page of just about every newspaper in America, as more and more people are talking about not only your plot line, but the wonderful performances you render as well. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, this is Lucy from Twin Peaks. You're watching Donahue. We'll be right back. Don't forget the donut.
To be part of the audience, please send a postcard to Donahue Tickets, care of NBC, 30 Rockefeller Plaza, New York, New York, 10112. Remember, postcards only, please.
We are joined by Mark Frost, who just happens to be the executive producer, creator, and writer, as well as the director of Twin Peaks. Hey. Well, are we picked up or what? Tell us, Mark.
Well, I just got a phone call. We've been picked up for the fall.
Well, that's good news. Well,
that's the first they've heard of it.
It's nice to be working. Yes, you wanted to.
I have a question. I feel like a duck out of water for those people who have never seen Twin Peaks. My question is, will there be a rerun this summer so I can figure out what in the world this is all about?
I think the plan is to rerun the 9 hours that we've done leading up to the start of next fall.
This is a minute long, and it'll give you, this will give you some idea what kind of character. Listen to the mood created by Twin Peaks, Mark and his genius colleagues, not to mention these wonderful players. Do spin a yarn and create an illusion. Look at this.
I had no idea.
What happened? We saw wall now.
This was hidden in her desk.
Then we can proceed.
Is it set for tonight?
Yes.
What policy is this?
Your new life insurance.
Are you suggesting